All right, we are on the record. It's July 12, 2019. This is Judge Wish, Courtroom 1, Session 1. Can I have the parties announce themselves for the record, please?
Good morning, Edith Bush for the Office of the State Attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Cody Jordan with the Public Defender's Office.
All right, can you tell me your name, sir?
Andrew Bejo.
All right, do we know what happened to Mr. Arroyo? Okay. I'll just hold on to him. All right, Mr. Bejo, you're here in (2019) CF 9906AO. You were arrested for criminal mischief over $1,000. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to return back to the Advent Health at 2100 Ocoee, Apopka Road. Sorry. Unless you're being treated there for some medical reason, but if you have no other medical reason to be there, then you're not to go back there. You're to abide by any trespass warnings. You're not to have any contact with any victims or witnesses at that location. I'm gonna stay the bond at the $1,000. I'm not gonna take any action on your out on bond cases, but if I see you again, I will, so be very careful, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right? All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Your name, sir?
Jose M. Cedeno Marrero.
All right, Mr. Cedeno Marrero. Thank you. You're here in 2019 CF 9919AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm gonna stay the bond at 1,000. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Has the state filed on the out on bond case? He's on pretrial release, so I'm probably gonna revoke the release, but give him a bond. I just don't know what.
Your Honor, if I may have a moment.
Okay, this, not yet, okay. So, I'm gonna revoke the pretrial release, but I'm gonna give you a bond on your uttering a forged check. And your bond's gonna be $1,500.
No, that's fine. Because you now you have two bonds with $1,000 in this case. And in a bond case, you now have to pay, you have to pay $1,500. So a total of $2,500. You can't, yeah, if you talk to a bill bondsman, it's 1%.
Okay, thanks.
Please tell me your name, sir.
Ricardo Chang, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Chang. You're here in 2019 CF 9925AO. You're arrested for a grand theft, 3rd degree. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to go back to the Millennium Mall at
Yes, Your Honor.
4200 Conroy Road. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness. You've been trespassed. You must abide by those trespass warnings. I do see there's some competency hearings coming up in other cases of yours that you have pending.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not gonna take any action on those cases today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just make sure you do not miss any court date. It looks like the next upcoming court date that you have is on the 19th. You know that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Don't miss that court date.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay the bond at the 2,500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
My name is Crescent Magna.
All right, sir, you're here in 2019 CF 7685. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found for robbery with a firearm. I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and this is a PBL. Stated you want to be heard as to bond.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may have just a moment to reread the,
Yeah, we've had some of the, I don't know if you've been in here, we've had some of the co-defendants.
and Your Honor, I'm looking to see if there was a photographic lineup of.
There was.
of, however, he did, okay. There is an identifiable witness, Your Honor, who subsequently led law enforcement to Mr. Clersaint's residence and identified that Mr. Clersaint was one of the individuals involved in the robbery with a firearm of his cell phone, and the state would ask the court to find that proof is evident or presumption is great based on the facts contained within the affidavit for the arrest warrant, which is a sworn document, and hold Mr. Clersant at no bond.
All right, Mr. Jordan.
Well, I'm going to respond to those 2 points separately. The alleged victim identified Lulu's apartment. Lulu was the individual with a gun, not the defendant, which I'm not contesting that he's a principal actor, but I'm simply saying that the address belonged to Lulu, not the defendant. I will also note that according to the sworn affidavit, he did participate, the alleged victim did participate in a lineup, and he identified one of the pictures and photographs as the alleged C-No, but it does not make it clear who was in the photograph. According to the warrant does not mention who was present in the photograph, simply that he chose one of the photographs and said, that's the person who's C-No. So I do not believe, given that issue,
Well,
that.
he said he knows him as Sino, and it was identified as Mr. Clersaint.
Well, the alleged victim does not know the name. The police point out that he was later identified, C-No was later identified as the defendant. But who was in the photograph he chose, he simply says, that person, that photograph is C-No, but the warrant does not mention that the defendant was in the photograph. Same with Lulu as well. It does not mention which photograph was chosen, which
Okay, he
I
said
find to be an oversight.
He looked at each folder and indicated photograph number 2 was Sino, the man who punched him several times.
Yes, and we don't know who that man is.
Sino was identified as this individual.
According to the police, we don't know who's in the photograph.
Okay. All right, I do find proof evident, presumption great. I, however, am gonna use my discretion and grant him a bond. Prior to advising him of the bond. You're not to have any contact with the victim or any witnesses or any co-defendants in the case. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition, okay? And you're not to return back to 2900 South Rio Grande Avenue. And your bond is gonna be set at $50,000. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Edgar Dominus, good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning. You're here in 2019 CF 4175AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found for possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer without violence. I am going to appoint the public defenders in that case, and your bond will stay at $1,500 on count 1, $100 on count 2. I'm going to reduce count 3 to $100. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're also here in 2019 MM 537AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a status hearing. On April 4th, 2019, the judge revoked your bond but set new bonds at $2,000 on count 1, $100 on counts 2 and 3. Does he have the PD? Okay, let's. The PD was appointed, so you do have the PD in that case. Huh? Oh. There's a motion? Motion to set aside. He hasn't filed a notice of appearance. It looks like Mr. Yadav filed, a motion for something in the case, and then it was granted, but he has not filed a notice of appearance, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But you do have the PD. If Mr. Yadav wants to enter the case, obviously, he's gonna have to file a notice of appearance, okay? So, but he hasn't done so yet. So you do have the PD on that case, and you do have bonds, okay? All right?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Michael Drew.
All right, Mr. Drew. You're here in 2019 CF 9928. You're arrested for attempted sale and delivery of methamphetamine, possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell or deliver, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and driving while license suspended with 2 prior convictions. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you're not to drive without a valid license. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And count 1, I'm gonna reduce to 150. Count 2 will stay set at the 15,000. Count 3 will be 150, and count 4 will be 150.
Your Honor, does he qualify for PTR?
I'm not gonna put him in pretrial release. I can add the pretrial release as a condition.
That's fine, Your Honor.
right, please tell me your name, sir.
Jefferson Jean.
All right, Mr. Jean, you're here in 2018 CF 16589AO. You were arrested pursuant to a KPS for failing to appear for a trial management conference on July 3rd, 2019. The judge revoked your release, revoked your bond, and set it at none. You have the PD. You do have the public defender's office, so they can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Calvin Jernigan.
Mr. Jernigan, you're here in 2019 CF 9915AO. You're arrested for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. And your bond is gonna be set at 2,500 on count one and 100 on count two.
Does he have another? Okay, let's do this.
Please tell me your name, sir.
William Lewis Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you're here in 2019 CF 9921AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you, not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And your bond will stay at 1,000. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Tyrone Jones.
Mr. Jones, you're here in 2019 CF 9434. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and that charge is aggravated battery. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case or any co-defendant. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition in the case. Your bond is set at 15,000. Huh? 15. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Please tell me your name, ma'am.
Antoinette Lemieux.
All right, Ms. Lemieux, you're here in 2019 CF 8875. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer at high speed with pure disregard and reckless driving. I am gonna appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. Your bond on count one is gonna be set at 15,000. Your bond on count two, I'm gonna reduce to 150. In 2019 MM 5824AO, you were arrested for resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the PD, and I'm gonna set your bond at $500. Looks like she has some holds for Sarasota County as well.
I don't know what's going on with your Sarasota County warrants, but if they don't have a bond or you can't pay that bond, they give you 72 hours to take it after you bond out of business. This is a warrant, Mr. Blake. This is a warrant. Police officer to a judge.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Blake Nevelis.
All right, Mr. Nevelis, you're here in 2019 CF 9922AO. You're arrested for driving while license suspended with 2 prior convictions. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the public defender. You're not to drive without a valid license. Your bond will stay set at $2,500. In 2019 MM 5310, you were arrested pursuant to a warrant, which probable cause was found for a battery. And I am gonna appoint the PD in that case to represent you. All right, in that case, you're not to return to the attic at 68 East Pine Street in Orlando, Florida. That's the attic
I was the victim
nightclub.
of this
List,
case, ma'am.
don't talk about anything about the facts of your case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, and the prosecutor's sitting right there. This is not the time to raise defenses, okay?
Yes, ma'am. No problem.
So you're not to return back to 68 East Pine Street, the Attic nightclub. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness at that location. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Your bond will stay at $500, and I appoint the PD in that case as well.
All right, ma'am.
Please tell me your name, sir.
Willie McConnell Jr.
Mr. Purnell, you're here in 2019 CF 9917AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I'm gonna stay your bond at 1,000. Do we know what's going on with the, hold on, bond, 2019 CF 5043. They just filed it, consolidated with another case. Good one, Carol. So there was 3 cases and they consolidated it into 1. All right, I am revoking the bond and setting it at none at this time. And does he have the PD in that case?
He does not have an attorney, so.
Okay, I am gonna appoint the PD.
Pay this bond.
Please tell me your name, sir.
David Rodriguez.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you're here in 2019 CF 9914AO. You're arrested for burglary of an occupied dwelling. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You're not to return back to 402 Oakland Drive. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're to abide by all trespass warnings. Your bond is stayed at $5,000.
Your Honor, just, is there a second case correction? No? Okay. They attached a different person.
All right, please tell me your name.
Ruben Rodriguez, ma'am.
Mr. Rodriguez, you're here in 2018 CF 16795AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for your arraignment on January 30th, 2019. The judge revoked your release, set your bond at none on each count. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office if they haven't previously been appointed.
That's no bond, Your Honor?
Yes. Please tell me your name.
Alicia Tucker.
Ms. Tucker, you're here in 2019 CF 9517. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found for burglary of a dwelling and petty theft. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to return back to 9533 South Avenue, have any contact with anyone at that location, any listed victim or witness in the case. And your bond is stayed at $5,000 on count one. I am gonna stay the $250 on count two.
I don't even know what this is for.
Please tell me your name, ma'am.
Brittany Permian.
All right, Ms. Carmine, you're here, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County. Looks like your bond is set at $3,000 in that case. Seminole County has 24 hours to come and pick you up. That does not include the weekends, okay? And then Lake County in 2019 CF 1058, looks like you were also picked up on an out-of-county warrant for Lake County. And your bond is set at $20,000 in that case. And so I believe Seminole would pick you up first. Oh, Lake is going to? Okay, because Lake also has 24 hours to come and pick you up, and that does not include the weekends. So I think Lake, as they said, is probably coming to pick you up first, okay? Please tell me your name.
Joshua Jett, ma'am.
Do we know what happened? Is Fernandez? She bonded, right? Won't take no action. Mr. Jett?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, I read the note, okay. So, Mr. Jett, it looks like, there was an on-view violation of probation that had been filed. And, there's been communication with Palm Beach that they're not gonna come and get you, so I'm gonna release the hold on you, and release you ROR. I don't know if they'll file anything,
Okay.
you know, your probation officer, if they will file, I have no idea.
Yeah, no, he said he was gonna try to reinstate me anyway.
So I don't know
Okay.
anything about what
Yeah.
goes on in Palm Beach
Okay.
County,
Uh-huh.
okay?
All right,
So
thank you.
you're gonna be released, and there won't be a hold on you, but just make sure that you comply with any
Good.
probation,
All right, and they'll
okay?
give me a court date for the,
I-
where I bond out, or on the drive?
No.
You just
You
get
know, I'm just getting out. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, just
Thank
keep in contact with your attorneys or
Wait, ma'am.
probation officers,
thank
okay?
you, ma'am.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Christian Million.
All right, Mr. Milian, this is a recall from yesterday, I believe. That, this is case number 2019 CF 9852, and that I made a probable cause finding as to count 3, and then, counts 1 and 2, I did not have the information to support probable cause for counts 1 and 2. So I did review the additional supplemental information. Mr. Jordan, did you get a copy of that as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, and so, and this count 1 is a punishable by life felony.
Your Honor, the state's not making a proof evident presumption great.
Okay, all right, so, I do find the probable cause for counts 1 and 2. There's no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. You're not to return back to 658 Biartz Court or have any contact with any listed victims, witnesses, or co-defendants. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription.
Your Honor, I believe one of the co-defendants is his brother. According to the supplemental report, I
Okay,
believe one
does
of the.
that change something?
I'm asking if we can modify that so he can have contact with his brother,
Does the state have a position on that?
his juvenile
The
younger
state-
brother.
The state would ask that the court maintain, as far as his juvenile brother, no unsupervised contact with.
So no unsupervised contact with the brother. I believe, he is a juvenile. He was charged as a juvenile. So,
And,
for-
Your Honor, if the state may be heard before the
Sure.
court sets bond, the state would just ask the court to take into consideration that he is 18 but has an extensive conviction or adjudication record in his juvenile history, Your Honor, for similar types of crimes.
right. Okay, as to bond on count 1, the bond will be set at 25,000. I'm gonna stay the bond on count 2 at 150, and I already stayed the bond at 150 on count 3. And those same conditions apply.
Do you have any questions?
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Michael Cervello.
All right, Mr. Saravello, you're here in 2019 CF 9885AO. You're arrested for robbery and battery. I do find probable cause. And I'm gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to return back to 2136 West Colonial Drive, that Western Way Shopping Plaza. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I am gonna stay the bond on count one at $5,000, and count two will stay at $100. You're out on release in two cases. 2019 MM 4329 AO and 2019 MM 4330 AO, and I am gonna revoke those releases and set the bond at none. So you have the PD on those cases, you do have the public defender on those cases, they can file any appropriate motions for you in those divisions.
Have some paper.
All right, are you Mr. Akers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Akers, you're here in 2019 CF 9620AO. And this was set for a determination of counsel. Is he being held on another case? So there's no bond on that case? Okay, so you don't qualify based on the affidavit, but I'm gonna appoint the PD, okay? Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you in the case, okay? So you have an attorney now in this case.
So here's some information.
Okay, that's it?
All right, I have a 33-day motion on, Mr. Malik James Spates Clark in 2019 CF 8245AO. That's filed by Mr. Williams with, conflict counsel.
Yes, Your Honor, there's a notice of non-filing that was filed on July 11th.
Okay, that will be granted. All right, are we all ready on the
Yes, Your Honor.
33-day motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, in 2019 CF 8454AO, Michael Compton.
A notice of non-filing on July 11th.
All right, that will be granted. 2019 CF 8447AO, also Michael Compton.
A notice of non-filing on July 11th.
That will be granted. Also, 2019 CF 8190AO, Christian Melendez Morales. Looks like an information.
Sorry. An information was filed on July 11th. Filing ID is 92424428.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 8442AO, Michael Compton.
A notice of non-filing on July 11th.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 6061AO, Willie Manning.
A notice of non-filing on May 30th.
His bond was revoked on June 3rd, 2019.
Your Honor, as that breaks the 30-day, 33-day cycle, the state would ask the court to deny.
Yeah, that's gonna be denied. 2019 CF 7113AO Freddie Lee Thomas.
A notice of non-filing was filed July 12th.
His bond was revoked on June 24th, 2019. That will be denied. Two 2019 CF 6956AO Alex Marie Sicard. Looks like his bond was revoked on July 8th, 2019. That will,
They would ask the court to deny.
that will be denied. Two 2019 CF 8450AO Michael Compton.
A notice of non-filing on July 11th.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 8448AO Michael Compton.
A notice of non-filing on July 11th.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 8441AO Michael Compton.
A notice of non-filing on July 11th.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 3780AO Marco Antonio Huertas Cruz.
A notice of non-filing on July 9th.
His bond was revoked on July 6, 2019. That will
State
be
would ask the
denied.
court to deny.
Two 2019 CF 8331AO Andrea Natalia Martinez.
A notice of non-filing on July 11th.
That will be granted. Two 2019 CF 7966AO Willie Doc Manning.
A no information notice on July 11th.
His bond was revoked. Is that 79? No info. Okay, that was the other case. So that will be granted. All right, was there anything else? No?
No.
All right, we'll be in recess. All right, we're on Back on the record, it's July 12, 2019. This is Judge Wish, Courtroom 1, Session 2. Can I have the parties announce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Edith Bush for the Office of the State Attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Cody Jordan with the Public Defender's Office.
All right, and then I have now an order for Michael Compton in 19 CF 8451AO, and I believe a notice of non-filing was filed in that case, and so that will be granted. And that was 2019 CF 8451. All right. Can you please tell me your name, sir?
Aaron Red.
All right, and Mr. Blake bonded? Oh, that was behavior? Okay, so these will be reset. Mr. Red, you're here in 2019 CF 9927AO. You're arrested for battery and possession of a controlled substance without a valid prescription and another count of possession of a controlled substance without a valid prescription. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to go back to the porch located at 643 Orange Avenue in Winter Park, Florida. You're not to go back to the Citgo gas station at 660 Orange Avenue in Winter Park, Florida. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Your bond is gonna be $500 on count 1. Count 2, I'm gonna set at the 1,000, and count 3 at 150. Okay, thank you. Please tell me your name, sir.
Segbian?
All right, Mr. Segbian? Yeah?
Yeah.
In 2019 CF 6724AO, you were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for possession of MDMA and tampering with physical evidence. And you did not fill out a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
No, I did fill out a form for the
Okay, I
public
don't have
defender.
one.
Well, I got it right here.
Okay, I'm sure you did. We just don't have it. Do we know what happened to the forms? No? The forms? Can we read it?
I believe we can.
Oh. Please. Thank you. All right, you make no income, you don't work?
No.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna find that you qualify for the Public Defender's Office based on the financial affidavit. And you're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Do we know what the active warrant is out of Rhode Island? They're just not,
It's an assault or extradition, Your Honor.
okay. And he doesn't qualify for pretrial release? Okay. Is there a reason, do we know?
It's not a warrant arrest, and also if they have like an open case, you can't qualify.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm gonna set the bond on count 1 at $1,000. And count 2 will stay set at 150. No possession of illegal substances or consumption of illegal substances without a valid prescription.
Otis Mitchell.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, you're here in 2015 CT 791AE, and you are arrested pursuant to a KPS for failing to appear for your pretrial conference, and the judge set your bond at 2,000. You have the PD? You do have the public defender's office, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there an offer to present?
Was there any offer? I don't have any driving history or anything. It's just a no valid.
I don't know if I have anything.
Okay. I'm showing he doesn't have any convictions
And
whatsoever.
it's a 2015 case, Your Honor. The state would do an adjudication, credit time served. Do not drive without a valid driver's license.
May I have a moment to explain that, Your Honor?
Yeah.
All right, Your Honor, we'll plead no contest. Thank you.
Okay. So you have 2 days in? Okay, thank you.
I don't know if she was done.
It's credit time served.
So he has 4 days? He has 3 days credit for time served? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I'm just gonna confirm it. Make sure you're doing this wrong. Know what you're doing.
All right, is he gonna enter a plea of no contest?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Mitchell, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand all the rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do, Matt, I have to look it up real quick. 2015. Oh, AE. All right, you find a factual basis based on the affidavit that's in the court file to accept your plea. I am gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 3 days that you've served. And I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order that you pay those by July 12th, 2020. That gives you a year to pay them off. You can't drive without a valid license. I don't know if you have one now, but, can't drive without one. And if you wanna appeal the judgment and sentence to the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good
Thank
luck. Please tell me your name.
Luke Charles.
All right, Mr. Charles, you're here in 2019 MM 5835AO. You're arrested for petty theft. I do find probable cause, and you did not fill out a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there an offer for Mr. Charles?
Yes, Your Honor, it's an adjudication of guilt, 5 days, Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served, no return to the Walmart at 5734 South Orange Blossom Trail, abide by all trespass warnings and court costs.
that's the offer today to resolve your case. If you wanted to take it, it's 5 days with credit for 2 days, no return back to Walmart, and abide by all trespass warnings.
You said 5 days? Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so with regards to petty theft, I need to make sure that you understand that petty theft is an enhanceable offense. So that means that when you have a petty, I don't know if you have any prior petty thefts or theft convictions, but every time that you get one, it doesn't get better, it gets worse. So if you have 2 prior petty theft convictions, this will be one. I don't know if you have any others, only you would know that, and I don't see anything on the history as to any other prior convictions for theft. So if you have 2 prior petty thefts, it can become a felony. So 2 strikes and then, becomes a felony. So I just need to make sure that you understand that.
I do.
Okay, so do you want to accept the plea,
I do.
knowing that? Okay. I'll have you sign the plea form, and you're okay proceeding without an attorney?
Yes.
The
yes,
plea?
yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna take any action on your out on release case. But you were just here, so if you come back again, Mr. Charles, it's likely that that bond's gonna get revoked.
I understand.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, do you wanna plea no contest?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, Mr. Charles, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes,
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
I do.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
I do.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Okay, and you understand what I explained before about the enhancements as to the petty theft?
Yes.
And you're okay with proceeding forward with the plea,
Yeah,
knowing that
I'm-
you're gonna be adjudicated, okay?
I'm okay.
All right, and so I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea. I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 5 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You can't go back to the Walmart at 5734 South Orange Blossom Trail. Abide by all trespass warnings, okay? I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by July 12th, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir, okay? All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
good luck to you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Carl Dallas.
All right, Mr. Dallas. You're here in 2019 MM 5832 AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Dallas?
Yes, Your Honor, it's an adjudication, 7 days, 2 days credit time served, no return to the Wawa at 8574 South Orange Blossom Trail. Abide by trespass warnings and court costs.
Okay, and I'm not gonna take any action on your out on release case, but it looks like you may have an upcoming court date, on August 1st. You know about that?
For what?
You're out on release for trespass after warning in a conveyance.
I served my time. I just got out of jail. I did 30 days.
I know, you were released ROR, so the case, I believe, is still pending. So I don't want you to miss a court date, and then, so let me make sure that
Okay, I
that is the
got 2
court
days
date.
time, sir.
It's an adjudication, I'm sorry, it's an arraignment, no charges have been filed yet.
Okay, but he still has to show up.
Yes, and I just
so-
wanted to make clear what it was.
Right, so he still has to go to
Mhm.
court, so don't miss your
It's the
court date,
arraignment date.
okay?
Okay, I got 5 days.
Today, you have 5 more days on this case if you want to plead.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So you have 7 days, 2 days time served. You want to take it?
Okay. I get time served.
You get 2 days time served, you have 5 more days. Your Honor, he'll enter a plea of no contest as
Okay.
in this case.
I just don't want him to miss his court date.
Yes. That's what we're doing. So, charges have not been filed yet, just to make sure.
right, Mr. Dallas, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes,
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
yes,
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
yes,
Are you on probation anywhere?
no,
Okay, you understand if you're not a US citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
yes,
Okay. I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea. I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 7 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. Can't go back to 8574 South Orange Blossom Trail, that Wawa. They've trespassed you, so you gotta abide by the trespass warnings. If you wanna appeal, I have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order that you pay those by July 12, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir, okay? Don't miss your court date. I don't want you to get a capias, okay?
thank you.
Have a good day. Please tell me your name, sir.
Manuel Medeiros.
All right, Mr. Medeiros. You're here on looks like two out-of-county warrants. One for Polk County, and your bond is set at none in that case. And the other one is also out of Polk County, and the bond is set at none in that case. And Polk County has 24 hours to come and pick you up, and that does not include the weekend, okay?
You said
All right.
24?
Huh?
You said 24, ma'am?
24 hours pursuant to our administrative order, but that does not include the weekends, okay? All right, please tell me your name.
It's William Cruzado.
All right, Mr. Cruzado, you're here in 2019 MO 1299AO. You're arrested for sitting or lying on the sidewalks in the downtown core district. And I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Mr. Jordan, did you have your PC challenge?
Yes, Your Honor. I have informed the state as well. I don't believe there's probable cause because no warning was issued.
I agree.
And the state concurs as well.
Okay, so I don't find probable cause based on the fact that there was no warning given. I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance. You do have the public defender's office, so you must keep in touch with them, okay? You change your address or they need to get in touch with you, make sure they're able to do so, okay?
All right.
Sorry, Your Honor, what was the case number again?
2019 MO 1299AO. All right, and all right, is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in recess.